I'm Julie Livingstone, and as I already said, I work TK fifth in as many classes as I can. Um, I'm here to support kids academically, and I mostly work with kids who are struggling academically. Um, and so the reason I picked this picture to start is this was a complete journey for me because I'm kind of like that car right there, that old classic rusty car when it comes to technology. I'm on the older end of the whole uh, education field, I guess. And technology these days does not come super easy to me. So it was a little intimidating to join this group. But from being a mother of two college students, I saw how much AI like consumed their educational life. It was a little scary and also a little interesting and motivating and all kinds of things. So I decided to join this group and even though it was a little bumpy for me along the way, I learned so much and my kids loved it. Like it's really motivating, as you will see as we talk about this. Um, what I'm going to do today is talk about a few things, like 3 to 4 different um, programs or things that I did that were most impactful for my students. I wanted to think about my 4th and 5th grade students, and I was always in search of a way to make my 4th and 5th grade students that are brand new to English, we might call them newcomers, my brand new to English kids, and I wanted to make their lives in the classroom better every day, all day, because they have fabulous teachers. I do my best to help them as much as I can, but there's so many kids in the classroom that teachers can't get to them all the time, and there's a lot of confusion that they have, and so it's just really hard. And I kept thinking throughout this whole year, I know AI can do something to help them. And so that's what I was really investigating when I was looking at all these really fun things, because there's a lot of cool, engaging things out there. I was in search of programs that were free because like I love Magic School, that AI, that was fun, but my district doesn't have it. So if we get it, then yeah, I'll jump in completely. But I looked for free programs right now. I looked for things that were easy for kids and students to and teachers to use. And this one was harder to find, but I was really looking for something that would be there as like an assistant to my students when the teacher wasn't able to like be right there next to them, or I wasn't able to be right there next to them. So those were some of the things I was looking for. So first of all, this one, I use Brisk all the time. So I wanted to start with Brisk. It's not the fanciest one, probably. And like the kids probably aren't the most engaged with it, but for a teacher, man, Brisk is it for me. So if you're not familiar with what Brisk is, it's a extension you can add to Google because Google Classroom is everywhere. And it's so easy for me to access kids all throughout my school that way. So Brisk allows you to do so many things, but the ones that I wanted to focus on, because I use this almost every day, were these ones that I will show you in a minute. So translate, Brisk is like this little button right here. You can see it right here. This little button is on it's everywhere in your Google stuff. And if you press it, you can do all the stuff that I'm going to talk about. It's very easy. It's free and it translates things, which, yeah, we've always had Google Translate. But this actually translates so easily because it adds the pictures. You don't have to format. So I love Brisk. It's very quick. This is an example of a child who is a 5th grader, very fluent in his own language, which is Spanish. And let's see, let me make this a little bigger. I know these are massive screens, but I'll see if I can make it a little bigger. So the cool thing about Brisk is it does it in a second. It's super easy. When you translate, your article, it makes a new Google Doc. So it's like right there and easy. You don't have to cut and paste all these different things. It also gives you the original article. So I love that. I use that all the time. Not super fancy, but super useful. The other thing that's cool is you can change the reading level. So this is something I did for that same student who's investigating bears. And he can read a lot in Spanish. English is tough. So he's reading about a 1st or 2nd grade level. So I was able to translate this into English so he could practice, but it was at a much easier level. So, and I will show you, I'll actually do this in a second for those of you that haven't done this, because I think you guys have done this a lot. You know about all this. But again, I use it every day. This is so impactful. And I've shown several of the teachers I work with how to do this. And I would like to actually extend that even more next year. And I'm going to show you right now how to do that. But I wanted to show you also in the context of student feedback. Oh my gosh, how long does it take to read all those essays and write comments? This is the best feature for teachers. I love the student feedback. You can get it in all kinds of different places. I just got it from Brisk because it was free and easy. This is another student who like he writes his essays and things in English and I mean in Spanish, and then puts them in Google Translate and then cuts and pastes them into a Google Doc. So that's just what he does all the time. And so I wanted to give him feedback. And this is Brisk will give you feedback in this format with some glows, like what he did well, some areas to work on, and then some thoughtful questions about what, things you might think about. And you guys probably have a hard time seeing back there, I would imagine. Is that okay? So you can definitely do that all in one, but the one that I like better is this one. Oh, whoops. Where did I think I did it over here. Oh, sorry guys. This one's not, well, I was going to show you actually how to do it, but it's not working for me. So I'm going to show you the, for time, I'm just going to move on and show you the one I like the best. And when you're in Brisk, you can pick which language you want, because what I actually do with this child, Emmy, is I give him his responses in Spanish, and I just left them in English here so that everybody could read them. But you actually you can ask it to respond to a rubric you have. You can ask it to respond to a topic, like maybe adding more detail. And it gives you like 6 or 7 options for comments. And then you as a teacher get to go through and pick the ones you want to send to the student, which of course we always know that with AI, you have to check it because it's a great helper for sure, but you want to make sure that it's saying what you want to say. So then Emmy can go through and he can edit his work. So, like I said, Brisk isn't super fancy, but it's something I use every day. So I really wanted to start with Brisk. And then I'm going to move on to something else that was so motivating and fun. I think there's several different places that let you talk to, like several different places where you can go and have like a conversation with a historical figure. And the reason I picked this one is because Jason and Stephanie came to my district and gave a short talk to teachers and showed this, I guess. I'm getting it all mixed up, but they were so excited. And all of our 4th graders and all of our 3rd graders write biography reports. So the teachers were really excited about this. So I actually decided to use your story instead of another one that we used. And do this. And so the idea is kids research their historical person, and then they go, once they have a little background information, they go and they can have a conversation with the actual historical figure. And I liked this one for these reasons. It's speech to text. It's not in other languages, as far as I know. Things change so fast, but it is only in English, but there's speech to text options, as you can see down here. And you can pick where you want it to pull the information from. So I thought it was pretty cool that it picked that it could pull from .org and .gov. I kind of trusted it a little more. And every time the character responds or the historical figure responds, they ask a question, which was different than some of the other ones. So that was kind of cool. The kids loved this. They kept doing this over and over. It was so fun. And you know, you can do Steph Curry, you can do Frida Kahlo like this child did. There was a huge bank. So I really appreciated your story as a fun way to culminate a biography unit. And the other thing is some of the classes that I worked with actually use this to take notes. So usually, you know, you might give them a website and they'll go and investigate a student that or a historical figure that way. This was a really cool, different way to do research. And so they used some of this information and wrote their reports on it. It does cite the sources, and so that was cool. It also makes things more simple if you need that. And that was just a really fun one. I'm gonna show you one more to end here. This is the thing that I don't really know about much, snorkel, but I love it. Snorkel is a way that students can respond on a whiteboard, either just by speaking their answer, drawing their answer, all different kinds of things. And in fact, I'll just show you real quick. Here's a prompt, a math prompt, and this is literally from their website, but I wanted to show you the pretty picture. You can push this out to your students and they can respond to you in writing, speaking their answer. And then AI will give them immediate feedback if you allow it. Either the feedback will come to you and you send it to them, or it gives them immediate feedback, which is again from their website right here. I'm going to end because I'm about to at 10 minutes here. I'm going to end by showing you, just letting you hear my student doing this. If I have audio, we'll see. If not, that's okay. Okay. Yeah, this is just going to be quick. So we're getting some new facilities. And so all the kids had to say what they like about their school, what they don't like about their school, and what they wish they had. So this is one student responding to that.
I like the playground and I like the soccer goals in the field. And I don't like how for assembly we have to sit on the hard concrete.
Yeah, who likes that? As he's talking, notice what the AI said to him in the purple boxes. That's how the AI responded.
And I wish we had swings and a slide, a tunnel slide, and ice cream.
Who doesn't want swings in a tunnel slide? Exactly. So again, I'm just starting to learn this one. This is one I'm going to use a lot next year because I feel like it levels the playing field for kids that struggle with writing, kids that struggle with language. It was really easy for me to use, and I really like this snorkel thing. That's it for me. I'm going to end by saying that my journey continues, even though it's a little foreign land for me. There's a lot more to learn. So thank you.